I think everyone knows by now, I'm Sarah, and along with Trevor Petrie, I run Grace Enable. And today I want to talk to you about these things, compression gloves. So I've been wearing compression gloves for many years because I have rheumatoid arthritis, and that's a condition where my immune system doesn't work properly and it attacks the soft tissues and joints in my body. And my hands are particularly affected. They have a lot of swelling, a lot of pain, and so that makes it very difficult for me to do a lot of day-to-day things, particularly typing. So by wearing compression gloves, I'm able to keep doing my job and typing because they provide support to the delicate finger joints. They also help to flush out some of the inflammatory fluids that reducing that swelling. And they also confuse the nerves in my hand, a bit like if you bump yourself on a table and then you rub it better, it takes the edge off the pain. Now, I like compression gloves so much that I started a company making them because I really got a bit fed up, not just with compression gloves, but also other forms of orthopedic bracing, just how functional everything is. So function's obviously really, really important. Any kind of joint support product, you're going to want to make sure it works, that it's effective, and that it gives you the support and stability and, reduces your pain. But there are also some other things to consider. So for those of us with arthritis and particularly, chronic pain conditions, it really, really matters if it's comfortable. So for me, I wear these compression gloves day in, day out. We know that there's a lot of you out there who like to wear them at night in bed. So it's really important that they're made so that they're soft on your skin. So Grace Enable compression gloves are made out of cotton, combined with spandex, which is what gives you the compression, and also combined with polyester. And the reason the polyester's in there is because it makes them more durable. So we wanted to make sure that when you're wearing these gloves, you're not going to get little tears in them and they're not going to pill up and rub. The other thing that's really important is what they look like. And this is something I'm going to have to be careful because I could really go off the deep end talking about this. But I think that colour and appearance actually matters when it comes to these kinds of products. For example, if you buy a pair of glasses and you go into an optician, you get a choice of a whole range of colours. But a lot of time with medical products, we don't really get that. So one of the things that we did right from the start with our compression gloves is make them in a range of colours. So you can see I'm wearing our plum purple, and this is our most popular colour, head and shoulders above all the others. We also offer a few other colours. We've got a marine blue, which is very nice. We've got this ballet pink, which is also very pretty. And then we have classic black, which of course, goes with everything. We want to make sure that when we introduce new colours, we're bringing you things that you like. So a little while ago, we ran a poll on our Instagram and Facebook pages, and we asked you which colours you like best. And we've taken your feedback and we're going to use it we are using it to produce our next range of colours for the summer. For those of you out there who did vote, the winning vote went to teal, so we're about to put that into production and we'll have another couple of colours too. We've also just won a grant from an organisation called Hello Alice, and that's to fund even more colours later in the year. And I'll be talking about that at a later date and announcing exactly what that's about too. Okay, so now I want to talk about fit, because this is one of the biggest questions that we get about compression gloves. So I'm just going to bear with me while I found my tape measure. So I want to show you how you measure your hand for a compression glove, and then I want to talk about what it should feel like when it's a good fit. Okay, so we measure compression gloves around the knuckles, and the easiest way to do that is actually just take a tape measure and hold it on your hand. Oh, there we go. It's a bit hard to do while I'm talking, and wrap it around and take that measurement. And we would then direct people to our size chart and pick the glove that's the right fit there. Now, I mention this because it's really important if you're someone who's got a lot of swelling and inflammation in your hands, you may well be getting that in your knuckles. So we advise that you take the measurement for when your hand's in its most normal state. So if it's swelling up and down, take it when it's the smallest. If you have more permanent damage, make sure that you're measuring it to include that actual long-term swelling. Now, because we know that people's hands swell up and down, we actually do offer mixed packs of gloves. So this is one of our most popular things we do, is that you can buy a pair of gloves in a 2-pack where one pair is a small and the other is a medium, or you can buy a medium and a large. And people really like that, because if you are someone who's got that swelling up and down going on, you can switch them out as you need them. You can also switch them out when you need greater or less compression. So one of the things that we know is that when you're in bed, if you wear these to sleep in, overnight your hands can swell up a little bit. So we have people who might wear a smaller size in the day and the larger size at night. Okay, so what should it feel like when you have a good fit for these gloves? So we say over and over again, it feels like a hug for your hand. Our gloves offer gentle compression. We're not offering the kind of compression you might get with a compression sock, so it shouldn't feel that super tight, squeezy feeling. And if you start to get any numbness in your fingertips, or if they start to go red, the gloves are too tight, take them off. Similarly, if your glove is baggy around the fingers, or particularly around the wrist, then it may be a little bit too big. You do want some, you want it to be able to bend, so you will get a few wrinkles in it, but if it's like loose and baggy, then you're probably not getting the level of support and compression that you need. And finally, when you're wearing your glove, have a look at how it fits between your fingers. These are called web spaces, and you want to make sure that it's sitting down nicely in between your fingers. If it's being stretched between them, then it's too small. All right, so that's everything I wanted to tell you about compression gloves today. You can buy them from our website, and we have a special offer running today for 15% off. We're always making new announcements, so if you want to find out what we're doing next, please go to the website and sign up for our mailing list. Thank you.
Wonderful. And we've gotten some great questions in the chat, or in the Q&A, which we'll use the next few minutes for. People are excited about the new colors. There is a request to make them in leopard print from none other than Eileen.
Give it a go.
Yep. And Amy asks, she says she uses a different brand and they are a little bit stiff for typing. Are yours? I know the answer because I use yours, but are yours less stiff than average? Or
yeah, so there's lots of different types of gloves out there, and some are thicker than others and made of different fabrics. Ours are very soft because they've got lots of cotton in. I typing them all the time and I don't find them too tricky. So it's difficult for me to compare because obviously I've not tried the ones you're talking about, but generally I'd say these are great to type in.
Yeah, and I would wonder whether the ones that are difficult to type in might be a little bit too tight.
Yeah, good point.
Maybe they're too tight. I'm not sure. And someone mentioned that they have bent fingers in one hand and fingers that dip in the opposite direction. So maybe it might be like a trigger finger. I'm not sure. And where you measure for size isn't as affected. So should you still measure for size by using the area that you demonstrated?
This is a great question. Yes, definitely still use the knuckle measurement for sizing. We completely appreciate that we have people who have, different size width fingers. So what we say is if you order according to your knuckle size and try it with your fingers, if it's not working with your fingers, the best thing to do is let me know. We offer a 30-day free 30-day exchange or return. So if they're not working, we can switch them out for another size. But it's definitely best to start with the knuckle size and then see if it works for your fingers. They do have a fair bit of stretching because of that spandex. And we have had a few people with quite significant finger and knuckle deformities find that they've been able to make them work.
Great. A few people are asking, how do you wash them?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm going to give you the official answer and the unofficial answer. So the official answer is that you are supposed to wash them in cool water in a hand wash basin. Um, the unofficial answer is that they also are fine if you throw them in the washing machine on a cool wash. And I do that all the time with these, and they come out okay.
Yeah, I put mine in one of those little bra. Have you ever seen those
Yes.
little bags for bras? Yeah. And
It,
someone
I'm
asked if you can you
So I
wear,
was going to say, I'm really
yeah.
glad you mentioned that, Cheryl, because that's actually something we were thinking of doing, was supplying them when people are buying more than one pair at once, or even just with one pair, maybe supplying them in a little wash bag so you can just throw them in the machine and it keeps them nice while they're being washed. So if that's something people want, please let me know.
Awesome. Yeah. Can you wear them with a wedding ring or
I
any
am
ring?
wearing them with my
Yeah.
wedding ring. So yes, it's just snugly under there.
Awesome. That's what I thought. And then are they recommended for people with Raynaud's syndrome?
That I'll have to get back to you on. Um, they may help in terms of that they provide some extra warmth. I will double check with Trevor, our hand therapist, about that and come back to it.
Yeah, I have Raynaud's and
Ah,
RA,
I didn't know that.
and I use them and there's no problem. But there are
Ah,
different severity levels of Raynaud's, so you definitely, yeah, we'll get the official answer. Do you sell them in Canada?
we ship to Canada, and one thing, you can buy them from our website and pay for the shipping for Canada. I also suggest that if people want to email me, I'll see if I can find you the best possible shipping rate, because sometimes those rates can get a bit expensive, and I can always have a look around and see if I can find a better one.
That's great. Oh man, Jan asked a question out of my own heart because this happens to me. You've bought 4 pairs and you love them. Yay. But they fit great in the hands, but you have tiny wrists. Me too. And they are loose on your wrist. Is that okay?
So two things to address there. The first thing is, I want to let everyone know how awkward hands are. So one of the biggest problems is that you really have we have people who have very wide knuckles and tiny wrists, and vice versa. So we definitely have people where they're a little bit baggy around the wrist. What really matters is it giving you what you need? So primarily these are offering compression around your fingers and a little bit around your knuckles. They're not usually so great generally for wrists. We might recommend something else for wrists. Having said that, we are looking longer term at introducing a couple of extra sizes at the end of the ranges, so an extra large and an extra small. That's not imminent because we need to do quite a bit of work to make that happen. But if we introduce that extra small, then that could also help with those people who've got those very delicate wrists, if you're really wanting more wrist compression there. But it's something we really want to figure out.
Yeah. On a similar note, if you're in between sizes, do you recommend sizing up or down?
I would size up because it is compression. So you want to, I would always say size up, especially because we have so many people who tend towards inflammation anyway. But again, if you get them and it's not, you think, I should have sized down, that's no problem. We can switch them out for you.
Great. And Jessica asks, do the gloves all provide the same intensity of compression?
Do you mean in terms of across the glove itself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think all of your gloves, you don't have like different levels, like a small in like 5 different kinds of gloves or something.
At this point in
Or
time,
do
no.
you?
So all of our gloves provide the same level of compression. It tends to really be focused particularly around the fingers and the knuckles. It's not so compressive in the palm, which is important because you need to bend your hands. Um, we are interested longer term in looking at different levels of compression. So not right now, but in perhaps a year's time, we might look at something that has, much firmer compression. But for now, everything is gentle compression.
Okay, great. And there is one last request for you to demonstrate again how you measured to get the right
Oh,
size. Are
sure.
you able to do that? Okay. And
Yeah.
then if anyone needs to leave for a break, this is the last question before a break. So
So yeah, I'll do this, and then I actually
do
spotted
it.
one final question I'm really keen to answer.
Oh, do
So,
it, do it. You're faster than me. Yeah.
so tape measure, and what you're going to do is put it around this part here, your knuckles, in a circle. So I actually do this. I put it here and hold it with my thumb like this, so it's just peeping around there, and then I just wrap it around. Ugh. So I find it hard to do this and talk at the same time. And then it's hard to see as well. Oh, whoops, my screen's gone blurry. And then where the tape measure meets in that circle around those knuckles, so just so it's sitting over your knuckles, that's the measurement you want. It's where they come together there. And the other thing I'll say is we actually have a Find Your Fit page over on our website. So if anyone wants to look in there, we're putting up some videos that demonstrate this as well. So they'll be up for next week. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I just wanted to, before I let everyone go to a break, pick up on the question of how long they last. Our gloves are designed to last for 6 months with pretty continued wear. So we think that's pretty reasonable because we have people who wear them for a few hours every day. And then I saw someone mention tie-dye. I would love to do a tie-dye pair. I've been trying to persuade Trevor to do them for like the last 3 months. So we'll see if that comes out.
That's great.